think we've reached a point in time in which the world is moving faster than the cameraman on Maury. Like, I was just celebrating New Year's with my family, and I woke up one morning and now it's September. We gotta be living in an alternate universe or something, bro. But anywhoosies, as a result of the rapidly moving society that we live in, everybody feels the need to have their entire lives figured out by the adolescent ages of like 18 to 25. Yeah. And I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I fall victim to staying up to 3 in the morning questioning every decision I've ever made like I'm Socrates or something. And since the internet is full of people looking to take advantage of young and impressionable viewers, some influencers have tried to capitalize off this by producing thousands upon thousands of videos about how to become an alpha male.
Well, see, I think that issue starts in terms of like trying to figure out what you want to be earlier, because back in the day there was nepotism. Like if you had a dad and he did something, if he worked at the mill, you just go work at the mill. That's just what you did. If your dad's last name was Carpenter, you become a carpenter. He'd teach you the trade and you'd go along with that path. If your dad's last name was Baker, literally Baker, you become a baker and you just go down that path. But now in this new age, we don't have as much nepotism. So people are starting off at 18 trying to figure out which direction they should go. And because there's so many different directions, yeah, you kind of do want to find your path as early as possible. So I understand why people feel that sense of anxiety, because there's just so many options in the world because we lack that lineage, like that passing down of the job. I think that's an issue.
And how to make other men shake in their boots whenever you walk in the room, or how to kill an elephant with just your pinky and some baby oil. And don't get me wrong, I'm all for one improving their lives and striving for their goals, but some of the hooey that these knuckleheads spew has to be some of the most misleading and impenetrable nonsense that's ever passed through my ear canals. Seriously, bro, some of the things I've heard would have Patrick Star looking like a Harvard graduate. So today, we'll be discussing some of the most gooberish and ostentatious self-help content, as well as the detrimental effects that this content can cause to the general public. Okay. Comment down below the dumbest thing that you've seen and or heard that revolves around red pill content, and like and subscribe if you're new. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is hustle culture. Now, 9 times out of 10, if you've been a witness to one of these Bano videos, one of the key points that they harp on is that you need to wake up before the rooster cries in order to get a head start on the competition. But then these motherfuckers turn right around and tell you that you need to stay up all night working and grinding on your business. So when the hell am I supposed to be getting this so-called sleep? Stay up all night and then somehow still wake up at 3 in the morning? Bro, if you attempt this endeavor, you're gonna wake up with more bags than my local Burlington. They must think I've got more stamina than the fucking Energizer Bunny or something, bro. And then they're always talking about how you need to have a certain amount of money to be considered a high-value man, or to get a girlfriend, or to be loved by anyone at all. I don't know why all these red pill rascals think that money can just fix any problem like flex tape or something, but to each their own, I guess. Oh, you're depressed and have crippling anxiety? Well, wipe away your tears with $100 bills. Now you're rich with depression and anxiety. Congrats. And I hope
well, I mean, you don't have to be rich. Like, I don't say that you have to be. Actually, I think you should find love before you get on your pursuit of money. I think that's the best way to do it, in my opinion, because once you get the money, you don't know if that person's there for the money, which they probably will be. Even if they don't intend to be, the money is definitely a benefit, and if they didn't help you build that money, it's harder to value that person in your life. So I think it's better to find love before the money. But also, yeah, I think that depression and anxiety are symptoms. Yeah, I think that depression and anxiety are symptoms, and you'll find that if you have enough money and you don't have to worry about paying your bills the next month, you start to be less depressed. If you have $5,000 in your savings, it's easier to have less anxiety about the future. So I don't think that money is the end-all be-all. I don't think you need to be a millionaire, but I do think it helps to be in a position where you know you can pay your bills on time. And also, that doesn't come with being a millionaire. It comes with financial literacy, understanding things like all it takes is $13.70 of extra spending a day to waste $5,000 in a year. Like, a lot of people don't know simple things like that. So if you're wasting $26 a day just on like pointless stuff, you'll end up wasting $10,000 by the end of the year and not even notice it. So like if you go out on a weekend, you're paying for Ubers, you're paying for drinks, you're paying to get in the club. Oh yeah, you do that every weekend. You can waste exorbitant amounts of money. So being frugal, understanding financial literacy, that's all you need. You don't need to be a millionaire, but so many people stack on bills. Understanding that credit cards is essentially legal loan sharking. Like if the mafia was doing that shit, it'd be illegal. But it was 13% interest rate, that's legal loan sharking. Get out of it, right? But a lot of people don't understand these basic concepts of financial literacy, and I think that's what's important. You don't have to be a millionaire per se, but also too, on another point that he was making, if you do want to start a business, there are going to be a lot of sleepless nights. That is the truth. I think that's for a very niche group of people, and I think a lot of people watch that type of content because they want to be that guy, and they probably never will be because of things like he's saying. Like most people are just not capable of that. But yeah, if you want to be Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, if you have the capability of being that guy, there are going to be a lot of sleepless nights, especially at the beginning. So
I'm not the only person who always sees them regurgitating these asinine quotes like they're the next coming of Aristotle. Don't be afraid to fail. Fail to be afraid. My nigga, if you don't get the hell out of here sounding like a fake ass Yoda, they think they be dropping more bars than a prison inmate, but in reality sound like absolute fart noodles. Not to mention they always got this dramatic Alfred Hitchcock ass lighting in their videos, bro. Plus they always gotta give some fake ass America's Got Talent sob story about how they had to work 37 different jobs when they were in kindergarten to make ends meet, and then that gave them the motivation to start 12 businesses and become a bazillionaire or something. Don't get me wrong, I can respect the hustle and building discipline and good habits, but you don't need to be working 40 different jobs like Larry Niedermeyer to make you feel accomplished. Right. Contrary to popular belief, there's more to life than money. Can we also talk about the titles of these self-improvement videos? Now, I've never been one to try and clickbait people to get views or anything, but I do understand that it's pretty much part of YouTube at this point. But it seems like all these self-help channels recycle the same titles, bro. It's like they're all convening in one big-ass group chat sharing ideas amongst each other. The title would be something like, 4 secrets to getting more women. Secret number 1, talk to them. Well, bust my bridges, why didn't I think of that earlier? I've been trying to use telepathy this entire time. Or they be thinking that they got some sacred sensei woo-ass knowledge or something. And then you got all these jabronis that treat these niggas like some kind of all-knowing god. The amount of people that I was
and that's the weirdest part. Like a lot, and this is a huge misconception about red pill content. For some reason, there's this idea that the people who watch red pill content are just people that are cave dwellers, people that are breathing out of their mouth with their face illuminated by their computer screen in their mom's basement or something. When, to be quite honest, almost everybody that I've met through my type of content that actually watch my content in real life, they were pretty well put together men. Like I actually just hung out with one of them over the weekend. His name's Ramon. I hung out with him in Dallas literally on Saturday. He came into town and I seen him. I hung out with him. He's a very well put together guy. And I'd say out of 10 of the guys that watch my content, from people that I've met in real life, 7 of them were married. And what happens is they'll watch the content and it'll spark a good conversation amongst them and their wives where they can get a better understanding of some of the things that, you know, men like in relationships and some of the things that they want women to do for them in their relationships. So I think that this whole idea that it's just a bunch of cave dwelling, mouth breathing guys watching this content is asinine. I don't, it's not true at all from my personal experiences.
Trying to become the next Andrew Tate was formidable. The internet really be having some of y'all brainwashed. Snap out of it, bro. But one of the most mendacious things that these influencers do is try to convince the viewer that they have problems that are non-existent. They pump out all these videos like some type of virtual assembly line to have people critiquing every single part of themselves. They try to convince people that they have problems that they never would thought of even having. For example, let's say you got the closest friend group, right? Y'all relationship is tighter than a pastor's handshake. Then all of a sudden you see a video talking about how your friends are plotting on you and how you need to cut them off. Even though your friends have never showed you any signs of deception or disloyalty. Now you're questioning every action they make like a fucking detective.
That video wasn't for you. And if you're dumb enough to follow that advice and get rid of all your friends because you watch some dude on TikTok in a 1-minute video, then the issue is on you. Like, you're the bad friend.
The thing is when they tell these niggas that they need to reconstruct their entire face and body like Mr.
By the way, I've never heard of any advice like that. Maybe y'all watch different stuff than me or whatever. I've never heard anything like that. And I've definitely never said anything like that. I do think that there are bad friends that you're only friends with because they indulge in negative behavior with you. And maybe those friends you want to distance yourself from in order to develop yourself and find new friends who actually want to do hobbies and develop skills and push each other to be better in their workforce, demand raises, like different things like that, build that kind of culture. But I would never, that would be weird for you to have a good group of friends and then to just ditch them because a guy in a 1-minute TikTok said they're toxic or whatever. I think the issue would be the person that ditched their friends in that aspect.
The potato head. That whole looks maxing trend has to be some of the most dim-witted shit that I've ever seen on the internet. And that's saying something. Now don't get me wrong, I don't appreciate how a lot of these niggas look either. But that doesn't mean that you got to completely reconstruct your face like some Play-Doh. Now you've got a whole generation of kids walking around looking like they just ate 15 warheads talking about their mewing. Now when I first heard the term mewing, I thought it had something to do with the damn Pokemon. Come to find out, motherfuckers are sucking in their cheeks to try and give themselves a more chiseled face. But then this hogwash of a trend got taken to the next level when these niggas started playing whack-a-mole on themselves. People are actively hitting themselves in the face hoping to change their facial structure. Like, my nigga, you're not handsome Squidward, bro. I get that everybody wants to be attractive and whatnot, but obsessing over every part of your face and body is egregious. And what's really concerning is the fact that there are a bunch of preteens and teenagers attempting these deeds. Now, correct me if I'm wrong about this, but being ugly is pretty much part of being a teenager. Like, puberty be throwing niggas through the ringer. Nobody's expecting you to look like fucking Johnny Bravo at 14. Let's just keep it a beam. Most of us were chopped as teenagers, but most of these influencers make these videos so they can try and sell you some lackluster course for hundreds of dollars a month. Oh, you have a specific...
That's kind of contradictory, because if we're talking about, like, teenagers, a lot of this content is not geared towards teenagers, and you understand if you're trying to sell something, you wouldn't want a teenage audience anyway. So that's kind of a little bit contradictory, saying that they, you know, make teenagers feel bad about how they look, so they do all this ridiculous shit, but then try to charge them a course, because nobody that I know of is selling $2,000 courses to teenagers. That's just not real. That's just not reality usually. But I will say too. Well, no, we'll keep going on the video.
Issue that only I have the answers to? Well, you're in luck because there's a link in my description to my course about how to solve said problem. And don't even get me started on these weak ass products that they be trying to sell. Nigga, that shit will probably have your face looking like vomit personified. But speaking of the youth, now we gotta talk about the negative influence that these red and black pill demons have over the youth. Like I mentioned earlier, hustle culture has plagued America like a disease. So much so that you got children out here wanting to drop out of elementary school to chase a bag. My nigga, the only thing your ass need to be chasing is the school bus. Seriously, bro, I've seen videos of kids who look no older than 13 talking about how they own agencies and all these different businesses. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, Timothy, but your lemonade stand doesn't count as a business. Not to knock your profession. What happened to kids actually being kids? When I was a kid, the only thing I was worried about was beating Mark Soul on Kirby Superstar Ultra and making it humble for the streetlights were on. Now we got third graders talking about becoming millionaires and escaping the Matrix.
Well, to be fair too, I think that this archetype of kid has always existed. Like when I was younger, I was super ambitious as a kid. I just didn't have TikTok to show it. Because if I was younger, I probably would be on TikTok. There are kids literally and I know this sounds surprising to grown adults who don't understand how much money you can make on social media. It's rinse, wash, and repeat. There are some kids that'll go and like whatever podcast or Fresh and Fit, take 1-2 minute clips, cut them up, edit it, put a little Grand Theft Auto gameplay under it so it distracts your brain, and put it on TikTok and get 1 million views on that stuff. They're making $5,000 a month off that. And it's rinse, wash, and repeat. You just go watch the content, screen record it, clip it, edit it a little bit, and put it right on the website. Like if I was 14, to be honest, if I had those tools with my level of ambition at that age, I probably would be doing the same thing. So I think this kid has always existed, this archetype, but yeah, I think that now you just get to see them. You get to see them document their journey. You get to see them document their process. Mr. B started his YouTube channel at like 13 years old. And I actually commend him for it. I think it's good to find a good purpose and to devote yourself to something at an early age and develop that skill. I don't see anything wrong with that, me personally. Now, I don't think that you should destroy your whole childhood for it. But yeah, if you're really passionate about it and you find a sense of direction, why not follow that direction even if you're in an early age? Yeah, and I think also, too, I'll say these kids are Gen Alpha, and I think a lot of these kids watch Gen Z sit back and complain about their mental health and how they can't afford a house for a decade, and they're like, look, I don't want to be in that position. I know how I can make money online, so why not start trying to learn these skills now? So I just think that these kids have seen what Gen Z did for the last 10 years, and they're like, yeah, we don't want to just complain about not being able to afford a home. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like anybody's coming to save us, so we're going to try to make money. So I think that's what they're doing, and a lot of them have the tools to do it. I mean, you might not believe it as an adult, I understand, but you can make $5,000 a month on social media easily, just clipping content and posting it on another website.
These kindergartner hustlers and this Diddy-fied Lance Stevenson hosting these 20v1s for fetuses, the future is doomed. In this next segment, I want to show y'all a couple of clips that have been brought to my attention.
Bro, I literally don't want to wake up right now. Like, it's just so comfortable. I just don't want to wake up, bro.
First of all, this fake-ass Nick Birch must not have been too tired to grab his phone and give us this uncomfortable POV.
Since I'm kind of tired, I'm just going to take a cold shower to wake me up, bro. I really don't want to do this, but I have to do it. Bro, I just went in the cold shower for like 20 seconds. I literally feel like I'm gonna have a heart attack, bro.
So this squeaker got into the shower for 20 seconds and saw his life flash before his eyes, but still decided to get out the shower and let us know of his circumstances.
Alright, bro, I'm still kind of tired, so to wake me up even more, I'm just gonna hit some chin-ups until failure. 3 reps.
Yeah. Get after it, though.
Now, to be fair, I think he misspoke and meant 3 sets because he did more than 3 reps. But this seems a little counterproductive because why would you take a shower and then exercise? Unless you're gonna shower again, you're gonna be walking around smelling like bad decisions. And God forbid you're not going to school, because if them niggas get one whiff of you, you're gonna get flayed harder than Uncle Owen and Aunt Baru.
No, yeah, that's true. You don't want to be the stank guy. Even early in school, you don't want to be the dude that smell bad. I'm telling you, it's real hard to shake them allegations. You can start putting on cologne and taking showers every single day. Once people know you as the nigga that stank, you're going to always be the stank guy. You don't want that rep early in life. He right with that. But I don't see nothing wrong with the kid working out, but he's absolutely right. You do not want the stank stigma at that young of an age. It's hard to shake them allegations, brother.
Now look, I'm not trying to knock anybody's origin story or anything, but this little nigga's talking about he realized school wasn't for him at a young age. But yet he doesn't look a day over 10 years old in this photo. I feel like that's the age where kids actually enjoy school before it turns into a cesspool of burden and affliction. I could understand someone in high school saying this, or hell, maybe even late middle school, but not this pipsqueak. Homie was having an existential crisis out the womb, bro.
It's currently 3 a.m. and I've been grinding on my agency business all night long, and I literally have school in just 3 hours, but it's all worth it, bro. Because
See, it's good to make content, but it's not good to learn how to lie to deceive people's perception of you at an early age. I do agree with that. To me, I don't believe him. I don't believe some of the stuff he's saying. Like, I don't believe that you were depressed as a kid and you've been working on your agency for all the, like, I don't believe that much. It could be true. I don't know his level of success, but I don't think it is good for you to start getting online and trying to manipulate people's perception of you by lying. I don't think that's a good habit to build.
just 2 days, I'm gonna be chilling in Dubai with Andrew Tate driving Bugattis. Just trust me.
See, I told y'all, bro. Andrew Tate has done irreparable damage to this generation. When I was a kid, I was looking up to LeBron, Michael Jackson, my nigga John Witherspoon. But now you got fetuses like him looking up and trying to become the next Andrew Tate before they can even play games rated T. And I know some people are probably gonna be in the comments like, why are you hating on a kid? You're just trying to follow his dreams, rada, rada, rada. I'm all for entrepreneurship and trying to make a living for yourself. But a kid who hasn't even gone through puberty should not be worried about becoming a millionaire and living in Dubai and all this other misconceived baloney. Another focal point that these boneheads often harp on is that they think all women are trash. They get on these podcasts and pretty much spend the next 2 to 3 hours degrading women as if men don't have a lot of the same problems. And then they've got all these incels amening and yes sirring in the comment section because they can't approach or talk to women. Breaking news, it's not a woman's fault that you're an awkward loser. They try to act like women are the scum of the earth, but yet are constantly bragging about how many women they fuck. It's the craziest love-hate dynamic that I've ever seen in life, bro. I've never been able to fathom why women were constantly going on that Fresh and Fit show just to have them shit on their entire existence. They claim to be all tough and brolic, but
well, they do it because the benefit is mutual, and when people have a mutual benefit, they will stoop very low to get the benefit. Yeah, a lot of those women were making a lot of money on their OnlyFans as soon as they leave that show. And I think they've talked about this. I think even Brian from whatever podcast, they talk about women showing screenshots of how much they made immediately after they leave these shows. They'll make thousands of dollars and sometimes tens of thousands of dollars from the very same men that are in these comment sections. I think some of these dudes got like a weird fetish. Now that is some people, but you got to understand, like the comments, I'll get 200,000 views on a video and maybe 2,000 comments. So that's like 1% of the viewership, if that. And a lot of those comments are repeat comments from people that have already commented. So a lot of those people, you know, that's less than 1% of the people that watch the content. And I would assume even less of those people actually start joining people's OnlyFans and stuff like that. But, you know, those dudes are just going to exist no matter what. And the women go on those shows because they get a mutual benefit. Let's not get that mistaken. A lot of these women leave a lot wealthier than they were before they came on the show.
Like some of the most insecure people of all time. If it were up to me, I'd label all y'all motherfuckers stupid, regardless of gender. And this may or may not fall underneath the self-improvement umbrella, but that Liver King nigga has to be one of the most unsettling entities I've ever laid my optical organs on. The fact that people actually believe he got this Credo build by ingesting more meat than the OnlyFans model is comical. I know that nigga's stomach is on 1 HP, and the fact that he made millions of dollars selling supplements and shit is even more kerfuffling. This Duck Dynasty reject was trying to have people believe that he achieved this physique by walking in forest and eating cow testicles and shit. In conclusion, if one wants to improve any aspect of their life, they should go and actually attempt to do so instead of spending all day watching videos about how to do it, because there's a lot of people looking to scam and deceive you. And also, you should improve your life for yourself, not to impress or galvanize anybody. And hey, if you are feeling bad about yourself, just remember that you're not EDP. Love you. And to all my guys out there, the amount of money you have or the amount of women that you make love to or the cost of your house or your clothes doesn't determine how much of a man you are.
Absolutely.
It's about your dignity, wisdom, morals, and taking care of your responsibilities. But I think it's gonna wrap everything up for this video, man.
Yep, I agree with him on that last point. What's this? Red pill content is toxic. Who is this video by? Grimy? I'll leave a link in the pinned comments down below to his video, and I'll leave it in the description too. I think this was a good video. I like the takes that he had at the end, especially when talking about the non-tangible things being more valuable as a man than just the materialistic aspects. I think that materialism is inherently feminine. It takes you away from your masculine pursuit because of the comfort level that you get from the materialism. All you need to do is make enough money to feel secure and to not have to worry about the future, and then start doing things with your hands. Start to build things, start to create things, and that'll lead you to a lot more happiness than just spending that money on pointless shit that you don't even need. That'll just give you more comfort and further take away from your masculine pursuit. I 100% agree with him at the end there. But let me know in the comments below if this video was a W or an L, and give me the HBO special. That's a Help Brother Out special. Hit the like and the subscribe button for more content. Till next time.